Hello to all. I'm Coach Castle from Castle's Corner, and today I want to talk to you about how to plan and build your ideal life, as well as the daily success habits that will get you to work more efficiently and effectively. Now, the hardest thing for most people, my experience, is to start with the end in mind or to work backwards. Do you know what your life would look like if it were completed exactly how you see it in your mind, perfectly? The problem that we face is to bridge the gap between where you are now and the goals that you intend to reach. Now, everyone has their own unique goals, but some always seem to accomplish far more than others and achieve their goals at a higher rate. That's because people who accomplish their goals at higher rates than the average person are those who use a systematic and proven method of goal setting and goal attainment. It's pretty simple. They studied what worked. Now, the answer is pretty simple. You need an effective action plan. The first step in creating an action plan is deciding exactly what you want. So, clarity. Clarity is the most important single quality of goal setting and perhaps the most important single quality of success. Where you aim determines where you go. So instead of setting foggy goals like more money, better health, happiness, be as specific and detailed as possible. Exactly how much money do you want to earn in a very specific period of time? What is the level of health and fitness or weight that you desire? Exactly. What do you want to look like? What are you going to weigh? You need to set goals that are multidimensional and for all parts of your life, so as that you function like a well-oiled goal setting and goal achieving machine. You need goals for your health, your career, your finances, your relationships, your personal and professional development, your spiritual growth, your mental growth, your growth in the community, in your business. This will immediately put you in a separate category for most people because most people are too scared to specify what they really want. They don't want to say what it is that they want. People are unconsciously preoccupied with the fear of failure, which blocks them from setting clear and specific goals. If you don't set clear, specific goals, then you can't fail. Basically, because they're so vague that they're not really there. Don't be most people. Set clear, detailed, specific goals. Now, with that out of the way, there are 5 steps that you need to implement in your life right now. This is what they are. We're going to talk about them in detail following. Step number 1, write it down. Step number 2, make a shopping list for your goals. Step number 3, learn and practice effective time management. Step 4, plan your day the night before. And step 5, practice positive self-talk and visualization. Now, to step 1. Step 1, write it down. You can get much more done by thinking on paper. It's just like talking to a friend. It's musing to yourself. Write your goals or goal down on a sheet of paper. Only 3% of adults have written goals. Everybody else just kind of plans to write them someday. Success literally begins with a piece of paper and a pen and a few minutes of your time forcing yourself to write down your goals in a clear manner. List every step of the job or task in advance. Break down the job into its many tasks before you even begin. It's time you put pen to paper and wrote down what you want. Chances are it's very possible for you to accomplish whatever you want, as long as you break it down into small enough tasks over a period of time. And if you keep working at it, you will get it. You should be writing down every detail and thoroughly preparing in advance. This will help you to find a good starting point where you actually need to begin, because you'll see what is required. It's helpful to think about your seemingly insurmountable and impossible goals and lifestyle changes that you're going to need to make, like the salami slice method. You would never sit down and try to eat a whole 10-pound log of salami in one sitting. I mean, you could try, but it wouldn't go very well. It just doesn't make sense to do that. And you would never take on an entire goal in one day, unless it was small. Sometimes the best way you can complete a major task is to take a small slice and complete just that piece, just as you would take only a single slice of that loaf of salami and eat that on your sandwich. I mean, I'd have 3 to 5 myself, but that's me. Select a 5-minute part of the task and do only that. Don't worry about the whole job. Just start with 5 minutes. So, for example, if you want to write an article or a book, break that task down into small pieces that take an identifiable amount of time to complete, and then just do one small piece at a time whenever you get the chance. We all have many times during the day where we're doing nothing or cruising social media. Many authors begin by writing 1 page a day. If you're only doing research, you can read 1 article in the sitting. I read an article when I go to the bathroom, for example. It's a great use of my time. Many people write complete books on airplanes or buses. They complete their college degrees between blocks of time in their life, between other activities, shopping, gym, their jobs, 10, 15, 20 minutes here or there. When you select a small piece of the task and then discipline yourself to do it and get it over with, this will often give you the momentum you need to stop procrastinating and putting it off, because it's not this big scary monster. It's just a small little thing. It's like the monster's toe. You can totally attack that. Once you've taken even a small step to start the job, you will often find yourself continuing on with the task till it's completed, or at least mostly completed. Tip, by the way, you need a deadline for your goals. Or if it's a large goal, set a series of sub-deadlines leading up to it. And always remember, by the way, that a deadline, it's really just a guesstimate of when you will achieve your goal. You may achieve the goal well before the deadline, or it may take you much longer than you expected. That's usually what happens with me. I overestimate my abilities. But you must have a target time before you start. You have to have an idea of when it must be done to force yourself. Basically, it works as a forcing system because it pushes your subconscious mind towards achieving your goal on schedule. A wonderful quote is that there are no unreasonable goals, only unreasonable deadline. Don't be afraid to push it back a little bit. On to step 2. Step 2, making a list of everything that you could possibly think of that you will have to do to achieve your goal. Now, one of the things that holds people back, it's not taking the time to lay out a list of all of the little things they will have to do to accomplish their goals. I refer to it as a shopping list. Like if you're going to make dinner, well, you have to get things for it. You want to make an omelet, you got to break some eggs, as they say. Identify the obstacles that you will have to overcome, identify the knowledge, information, and skills you will need, and then identify the people who can help and cooperate with you to achieve your goals. The more comprehensive your grocery list, the more motivated you will be, the more intense will be your desire, and the more you will believe it's possible and spend more of your energy and time working on it. Now, combine all these things into a plan organized by priority. A good rule of thumb is the 80-20 rule. It says that 80% of your results will come from 20% of your activities. It's like a natural law of nature, actually. And then there's also the 20-80 rule. And that says that the first 20% of your time that you spend planning your goal and organizing your plan will be worth 80% of the time and effort required to achieve the goal. Those are 2 ones very easy to remember: 80-20, 20-80. Natural laws, Pareto distribution. Step 3, time management. Learn and practice time management, guys. Time management behaviors are very much a matter of choice. You either choose to be efficient or you choose to be disorganized. Don't tell me it's how I am. No, you're making the conscious choice to be either efficient or inefficient. You You choose to focus and concentrate on your highest value goals and tasks, or you choose to spend your time on time-wasting activities that contribute little value to your life or anyone else. You choose to be positive or you choose to be negative. And you always choose the quality of your life. It's up to you. I recommend you choose to be the best you that you can be. Everything follows from that. You must decide right here and now that you are going to become an expert in time management to improve the quality of your life. It's not even hard, it's baby steps every day, and before you know it, you're awesome. Your aim should be to manage your time so well that people look up to you and use you as a role model for their own work habits. We all know those people that you respect who seem to be just the most amazingly efficient people who say no to everything except their work. That's who I try to be like. But how do you start? Well, you start by imagining that you're already a master of time management. Imagine that you have been selected for a role in a movie or a stage play. Now, in this role, you are to act the part of a person who is extremely well organized as you go through your daily life. Imagine that you are an actor who is playing this part who is already incredibly good at time management. That's why he's an actor. But he's going to act as if he's already using his time even more efficiently and pretend that he is an expert in personal efficiency and time management, just like me. Now, when you pretend that you are excellent in time management and you pretend that you are already proficient in all manners, eventually the action, which is under your direct control, your conscious control, will develop the mindset or the belief in your subconscious mind of a highly effective person. Basically, if you keep repeating it, you will become it, to keep it simple. A little tip, by the way, that when you're doing all your planning, keep in mind that new tasks and responsibilities will come up continually. Phone calls will have to be taken, emails will have to be dealt with, meetings will need to happen. It is important that you include time cushions in your schedule when you're doing all of this planning. Shit will happen. We all know that. Life happens. So it's not a big deal if you don't use your time cushions. Just use them as blocks of time for taking breaks. Taking a small break will clear your head and should give you some fresh thoughts and perspective to sharpen your focus. A good trick, go outside, look at the clouds for a little while, unfocus your eyes. Go back inside after 5 minutes, you'll have new thoughts and ideas. Don't get too comfortable taking too many breaks or welcoming a lot of distractions, though. Most people spend about 50% of their time doing non-work related activities while they are at work. Break the time-wasting habits of browsing social media, checking email, taking long lunch breaks, unnecessary bathroom breaks, and chatting with coworkers. Time is a scarce resource. You must work smarter to preserve it in every way possible. And eliminating these time wasters will improve your time management skills and your quality of life. It's much easier to say no to something than it is to say maybe. Just say, no, I don't want that stuff. Yes, I am an expert at time management. Step 4, plan your day the night before. Your plan for the day needs to start the night before. Check out what you need to accomplish before the start of the next day. When you get home, the end of the day, before you go to bed, after your nightly habits and routines, you need to sit down and think about what's going to happen the next day, how you're going to get it planned out, how you're going to accomplish everything that actually needs to get done. So, when you plan your day the night before, your subconscious mind then goes to work on your plans and your goals while you are asleep. And it creates solutions and connections as well as new ideas to help you accomplish your goals. It's like having an employee working for you while you're sleeping. Now, it's real easy. End of the night, sit down with a sheet of paper, notebook, planner, agenda, the ones I have on my site work great, and put down everything that you need to do the coming day. All of your normal things and your to-do list and the extra things you're trying to accomplish. Preparing your daily list the night before will clear your mind and enable you to sleep more soundly, which will increase your productivity throughout the next day. Now, when it comes to making your daily to-do list, make sure that you're working, again, from the 80-20 rule. Think about it. The 80-20 rule. Just put it in your brain. Understand it. If you have 10 items to do on your list, 2 of them will be more important than the other 8 put together. Understand this, guys. It's a natural law. By knowing how to prioritize your tasks and working from a productivity list that has been prioritized, you will increase your productivity and output from 25 to even 50%. It's a lot every day. Each day after you've made your effective to-do list, make sure that you create time blocks dedicated to each task, as well as your time cushions and or breaks. Another tip, by the way, for when you're doing this, when you're setting your goals and your tasks, be fully prepared for them. So when you sit down to work or when you begin a task, make sure that you have everything on hand so you won't have to get up and move on until the task is done. If you're at your computer, you have your water, you have a healthy snack, maybe some popcorn, you have your notebooks, your pens, your erasers, your pencils, everything you need is there. You don't have to leave. Being fully prepared is a powerful motivator for staying with the task until it's finished. You don't have to get distracted. Just stay there and get it done. The rule, by the way, is that each minute spent on planning saves 10 minutes on execution. Then, as you go through each day of your plan, select your number 1 most important goal for the day. So, set your priorities with the 80-20 rule. Very simple way to do this. Ask yourself, if I can only do one thing on this list today, which one activity is the most important? Which one adds the most value to my future life getting it done today? Then ask yourself, if I could only do one other task on this list, which other one would be the most valuable use of my time? Then write a number 2 next to that one. Keep asking this question until you have the top 20% of your tasks, goals, organized by sequence and priority, and now you have an action plan. You have your list. Your next step is to take action. Keep track of your progress and make adjustments along the way. Adapt and overcome. Make sure you're doing something every day to move you in the direction of what you want in life. If your actions, your 2 priorities, or your 3, however many they are not completed, you're failing and you're losing. Now the next step, the last one, positive self-talk and the use of positive visualizations. Now these are commands that you pass from your conscious mind to your subconscious mind. Positive affirmations are statements that you either say out loud or you say to yourself in your head. Basically, you begin by repeating positive affirmations over and over to yourself, such as, I am excellent at time management, I am excellent at time management. Or perhaps, I manage my time very well, I manage my time very well. I am an effective time manager. Any command or positive affirmation repeated over and over will eventually be accepted by your subconscious mind as a command, but you have to say it out loud or in your head a lot. Then you begin to live in harmony with the command. My favorite time management affirmation is, I am the most disciplined man alive, and I am the most disciplined man alive. It gets me through my days a lot when I don't want to do shit. When you repeat positive affirmations over and over, they're eventually accepted by your subconscious mind, and you will find that your external behaviors start to reflect your internal programming. So basically, you externally programming your internal, which then programs your external, so you don't have to keep programming. Another technique you can use to program your subconscious mind is the visualization aspect. So, mental pictures influence your subconscious mind if employed correctly. The person you see on the inside then the person that you will be on the outside. Same thing as what we were just talking about with the positive affirmations, except this one is visualization. Some people are better at this than others. It's very simple. First you sit, you lie in a quiet place where you can be completely alone and in silence. Think like you're going to go meditate. You're not going to be disturbed, no phones. Begin by imagining yourself going through an important upcoming experience. A meeting, a presentation, a negotiation, nice date, something important. As you sit completely relaxed, Create a picture of that upcoming event. See it unfolding in your mind. See yourself as a calm, positive, happy, and in complete control. See the other people doing and saying exactly what you would want them to do if the situation was perfect. Now, you have this comprehensive list, 5 steps. It's on my website. You can print it out, all there for you. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to plan each day, week, and month in advance. We're going to plan each month at the beginning of the month, planning it with monthly goals. I use a desktop calendar. It's got a lot of space to write. Plan each week, the weekend before, and plan each day, the evening before. The more careful and detailed you are when you plan your activities and tasks and goals, the more you will accomplish in less time. Remember the 1-minute planning, 10-minute saved rule. One last tip for you guys while I'm thinking of it, keep a nightly reflection journal. So this involves writing about specific events that occurred throughout your day. You might address your achievements, challenges, relationships, any self-discoveries that you may have made during the day as you write. Writing about troubling and traumatic experiences can improve your mood, by the way, and release you from your past emotions triggering them. It also prevents you from making the same mistake again. You won't carry around all that shit. In order for journaling on these topics to work, though, there does have to be growth and change and closure in the way that you view your life and experiences. So you have to make either progress or you have to be, losing and failing and then getting back up. Keeping a journal and rereading it periodically can help you identify patterns in your behavior and observe how you grow over time. So when current circumstances appear insurmountable, impossible, I can't make it, you'll be able to look back on the previous dilemmas that you have since resolved. It's very important that you do this. It's called reflecting on your life. Most people don't do it. Don't be most people. So, now, go out there, make your lives better, everyone. I am too. We're going to do this together. Get going. If you have found this video helpful and informative, please give it a like and a subscribe and share it with somebody who you think could use it. For the complete video, step-by-step laid out, go to castleandprogress.com, check out my blog. I just put it up. The daily planner and agenda is there, available for you to download. I have a lot of things on the site that'll be very helpful to you guys. It's all free. Go help yourself. And just a reminder, guys, you can do much more than you think you can. You can do much more than you think you can. We're all in this together. We're all trying to make our lives better and happier, and the world needs to be a better place. It starts with you improving yourself. Yes, you can. Yes, I can. And yes, we're going to do it together. So now go out there and start making your lives better, everyone. Good luck.